The light remembers what we don't. Ghosts carry our history, all the versions of us that died and came back. And maybe the ones who didn't. Anyone else feel like they need a drink? No? Just me then. Let's take our last caller.
They're not all yours.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Some ghosts aren't made by the traveler. Some are made by us.
Well, that wasn't cryptic and terrifying at all. Ghost, did you trace that?
Signal origin was everywhere and nowhere, like it was coming from inside our transmission.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. This is why I drink Elixni Moonshine. Speaking of cryptic ghost situations, my own little light has been doing some digging, haven't you?
I have, and what I found is troubling.
More troubling than our mysterious caller? Great, just what my nerves needed.
I accessed a forgotten Rasputin subnode last week, titled Echoes of Breach 77. The data was fragmented, but I managed to reconstruct parts of it.
And?
The data shows multiple Guardian resurrections that were never reported to the Vanguard. Off-books, off-grid.
Guardians die and come back all the time. That's our thing. What's weird about that?
The ghosts responsible for these resurrections, their light signatures were anomalous. They were different. Their light was synthetic, mixed with Braytech code.
You're telling me someone made fake ghosts?
Possibly, or corrupted them into something new. The data suggests Clovis Bray was experimenting with light manipulation during the collapse, finding ways to program it.
Program the light? That's not possible.
And yet, the logs show it happened. These modified ghosts didn't just revive Guardians, they rewrote them.
Rewrote? Like what? Their memories?
More fundamental than that. Personality constructs, decision matrices, free will parameters. The logs refer to it as probability alignment. These Guardians were being nudged toward specific outcomes without knowing it.
So they were puppets, thinking they were making their own choices?
The line between guided and controlled is very thin. Some entries suggest these Guardians were deployed for field testing, special operations. Many never returned.
How many are we talking about?
The records show 17 subjects. Only 3 returned to the facility. The others vanished. But here's what's troubling. The program didn't end with the collapse. There are access timestamps from much more recently.
Someone's continuing Clovis Bray's work after all this time.
The question is who, and how many Guardians out there aren't what they seem?
Every month, Zur brings you mysteries, weapons, trinkets, the occasional scream. Subscribe to Zurbox and receive a curated selection of forbidden curios direct from the Nine.
Is this... Wait. Is this a severed Cabal tongue?
Yes. Last month's box contained a taken particle suspended in amber. Next month, perhaps a fragment of Ahamkara bone. Perhaps a timepiece that ticks backward. The 9 Decree variety.
But what am I supposed to do with a Cabal tongue?
The possibilities are numerous. Some subscribers report prophetic dreams. Others, spontaneous knowledge of dead languages. Results may vary.
Zerbosti, it sees into your soul and ships for free with promo code TentacleFace. Disclaimer, the Vanguard strongly discourages collection of paracausal artifacts. Side effects may include temporal displacement, speaking in riddles, and growing additional eyes.
Ghosts. We joke about them, call them little light bulbs. Floating Rubik's Cubes with anxiety, but they're not just our spark plugs. They're not just the machines that bring us back. They remember what we forget. Every death, every life, the names we used to have. And sometimes they carry secrets we were never meant to see. I don't know who sent those Guardians to die on Nessus. I don't know why their records are being erased. But I'm gonna find out. Because if we don't keep each other honest out here, if we don't remember the ones who vanished, then we're just playing games while the system burns.
Buddy, transmission window closing in 30 seconds.
Already? Fine. All right, Guardians. Time to reload, recharge, and maybe ask Ikora really nicely to let me into her locked archives. Until then, watch your 6, hug your ghost, and if you hear a dead signal whispering your name, maybe don't answer. This is Buddy, signing off from the Cloak and Echo, where the frequency's always haunted and the mic is always hot.
They hear you, always, even here on Tower Radio.
Ever yeeted your sparrow off a cliff during a strike? Happens to the best of us. That's why you need Dead Orbit Sparrow Insurance. For just 3 planetary materials a month, we'll replace your ride, no questions asked. Except maybe, have you considered fleeing the system before it all burns? Dead orbit. We may be pessimists, but we're covered.
This is Guardian Tower Frequency 7, broadcasting to all sectors. Stay safe, stay sharp.
Yeah, Ikora doesn't really, want you hearing this. Zavala, he really doesn't.
But, we're doing it anyway, you know? Tune in to the Cloak and Echo. You're locked on to Tower Radio and, tuned to Cloak and Echo. If it's, off the record, we've, got the file.
Hey! Look what the ghost dragged in. Welcome back to the Cloak and Echo, the only broadcast the Vanguard hasn't shut down yet. I'm your host, Buddy, Hunter, Risk Taker, Cloak Enthusiast, and today we're blowing open tower secrets, questionable fashion trends, and why Zavala sighs every time I walk into a room. So grab your favorite subclass and your second favorite snack, because it's gonna be a long transmission.
Buddy, you have 6 strikes flagged in the tower comms log.
That's fewer than last week. Improvement. All right, first up in the tower rumor rundown, Ikora's been spotted late at night in the Hall of Heroes. No one knows why, but the tea is steaming. Word is she's got a hidden archive full of pre-collapse poetry and, wait for it, Warlock fan fiction.
That last part was from a Titan message board.
Yeah, and those guys wouldn't lie, probably. Speaking of questionable information, did you hear about Lord Shax's new Crucible medals? Sources say he's adding one called the Buddy, awarded when you miss every shot but somehow still win. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
That's definitely not true.
Let me have this one, Little Light. Meanwhile, Saint 14 reportedly challenged Shax to a dance-off in the hangar after a Crucible loss. No footage survives, but I have it on good authority that a Warlock cried. And get this, the Cryptarchs are in a full meltdown over a cache of Golden Age fashion magazines found in the Cosmodrome. Rahul hasn't slept in days trying to decode why anyone would wear neon parachute pants. Some mysteries are better left buried, if you ask me.
The Cryptarchs are actually studying valuable historical artifacts.
Yeah, historical artifacts with terrible color coordination. Oh, and hot gossip from the tower cafeteria. They're finally adding a new item to the menu after 87 years. It's, drumroll please, spicy ramen with a slightly different broth. Revolution in culinary arts, folks.
The cafeteria staff work very hard.
And I appreciate every noodle. Real talk, though. The Vex have started probing deeper into the Luna anchor sites. If you're headed that way, pack extra ammo and don't touch the weird cubes. One of them turned a Titan's ghost into a jukebox last week. We still can't get it to stop playing moon jazz. And that's not even the weirdest part. The Vex constructs are showing unusual behavior patterns, almost like they're searching for something specific. 3 fire teams reported seeing Vex units digging through lunar regolith rather than, trying to convert everything to their network.
Vanguard Intelligence is classifying this as a Priority 2 investigation.
Which in Zavala speak means concerning but not immediate apocalypse. Still, keep your eyes up, Guardians. Something's got the time-traveling milk robots extra focused, and that's never good news for the rest of us. Last thing on Luna, dead orbit ships reported unusual gravitational anomalies near the Hellmouth. Could be nothing. Could be the pyramid stirring again. Either way, double-check your jump jets before heading that way.
Need your cloak cleaned after a hard strike? Try Eva Levante's Light Fresh Laundry. We remove 99.9% of hive slime, fallen grease, and even that stubborn taken glitter.
Hello, darlings. You wouldn't face the darkness in filthy armor, would you? Our patented light-infused detergent reaches between the molecules to extract even the most persistent Vex milk stains.
Did your last raid leave mysterious growths on your chest plate? Has your helmet started whispering ancient curses? Eva's team handles it all.
We even offer a special service for hunters who've been dragged through every swamp on Nessus. Your cloak deserves better, Guardian.
Light Fresh Laundry, proudly not responsible for vanishing exotics or armor that develops sentience after cleaning.
Remember, darlings, a clean Guardian is a classy Guardian.
Paid for by the Coalition for Cloak Preservation and hunters who hate musty armor. And yes, I'm a founding member. You try spending 3 weeks in the EDZ without proper laundering. Okay, story time. Last week I took a Vanguard strike with a Titan named Boomstick and a Warlock named Harold? Howard? I don't know. They all float. Mission directive: infiltrate Savathun's throne world. Simple enough, right?
The briefing specifically said stealth required, minimal disturbance.
Exactly. Which is why I brought my quietest boots and my most whispery sidearm. Naturally, Boomstick brings a rocket launcher the size of a jump ship. When I asked about it, he just grunted something about insurance policy.
To be fair, the Warlock did bring silencing runes.
Yeah, fat lot of good those did us. First 5 minutes, perfect execution. We're sneaking past this massive group of Lucent Hive. I'm feeling good, like maybe, just maybe, we'll complete a mission without me getting yelled at by Zavala afterward.
A new personal record was within reach.
Then it happened. Boomstick spots this weird hive artifact glowing on a pedestal. Gets this look in his eyes. You know the one? When a Titan's 2 remaining brain cells start rubbing together to make fire, he yells, "Sun's out! Guns out!" and fires a Gjallarhorn into a wall. Not at the artifact, not at an enemy, at the wall.
The structural integrity calculations were not in our favor.
Wall collapses. Complete structural failure. Turns out it was holding back what can only be described as a night choir practicing their death chants. Full concert attire and everything. Meanwhile, our Warlock, bless his scholarly heart, panics and tries to cast a rift.
He cast it directly beneath himself while standing on unstable debris.
The rift hits some weird angle of the throne world geometry and ricochets like a pinball. Next thing we know, Harold Howard whatever gets yeeted straight through a portal we didn't even know was there. Vanished. Gone.
We did eventually find him.
3 hours later, inside out, well, temporarily inside out. Thank the Traveler for resurrection. So there I am, Titan going berserk with rockets, Warlock temporarily dimensionally inverted, and a full choir of knights now performing what I can only describe as the angriest opera in the universe. Zavala's minimal disturbance mission turned into a maximum catastrophe.
We did complete the objective, technically.
Only because the entire structure collapsed and the thing we were looking for landed literally in my lap, along with half a ton of hive architecture. Anyway, moral of the story, Never trust a Titan with something labeled experimental, or a warlock who insists on bringing a book to a firefight. And if someone does say suns out, guns out during a stealth mission, just transmat out immediately. It's not worth the paperwork.
Hey there, dirtbags. Need gear the Vanguard doesn't know about? Come on down to Drifter's Grey Market Special. We got mods that'll make Shaxx question your honour, armour with more spikes than your ex-Guardian's personality, ethically questionable hand cannons that whisper sweet nothings when you reload, emotes you'll regret using in the Crucible, Sparrows with suspicious acceleration capabilities, and a brand new, not haunted, pulse rifle. Probably. Also got a shipment of taken snacks. Don't ask what's in them, don't ask where they came from, just chew. They taste like victory and dimensional displacement, payment accepted in glimmer, strange coins, or secrets about Zavala's morning routine. Ask for the special behind the shipping containers. Password is, the Drifter is handsome.
Drifter's Grey Market. You didn't hear about it from me. And if Zavala asks, I was teaching orphans how to knit when this ad played. And we're back! It's time for Call-In Corner, where I take your questions and pretend to have answers. SFX. First caller, you're live on the Cloak and Echo. What's keeping you up at night besides hive rituals?
Hey buddy. So I'm a Titan main, and I keep getting shoulder charged off cliffs in PvP. Like, all the time. How do I stop it?
Step 1. Don't stand near cliffs. Step 2. Blink. Step 3. Cry. Then write a fanfic about revenge. Step 4. Repeat. Maybe try Hunter next time? We have this great invention called jumping away.
But I like punching things.
Then punch the air on your way down, my friend. It's very therapeutic.
That's terrible advice.
That's why they don't call this show the Ghost Actually Helpful Tips. Next caller, SFX.
Buddy, what's your loadout for Gambit? I keep getting invaded and losing all my motes.
Oh, you mean Primeval Regret Simulator 3000? I run Arc Hunter, Witherhorde, and a bow I call Relationship Problems because it's complicated and causes damage over time.
He also hides behind rocks when the invasion alarm sounds.
It's called tactical repositioning, and sometimes screaming. Screaming helps confuse the invader.
It certainly confuses your teammates.
Next caller before my ghost exposes any more of my strategies. SFX.
What's your take on the witness? Do you think we stand a chance?
Mock serious, big, floaty, cryptic, has a face like a tax auditor. 10 out of 10 would not invite to poker night.
Buddy?
Look, the witness is scary, sure, but we've faced scary before. Oryx? Dead? Savathun? Super dead. That one Dreg who kept stealing my parking spot? Extremely dead.
You can't park on the tower's landing pad.
The point is, we keep fighting. That's what Guardians do. Even when the cosmic horror has better fashion sense than you.
That's surprisingly inspiring.
Don't tell anyone I said something meaningful. It'll ruin my reputation. That's all for Call-In Corner. Keep those questions coming, Guardians. Especially you, Mysterious Exo, who keeps asking about Cade's chicken. I still don't know where it is.
I intercepted chatter from deep within the Neomuna cloud servers. A data construct known only as Eidolon has been activating corrupted subroutines. No one knows if it's Vex, Exo, or something else entirely.
Wait. You're telling me there's a digital ghost haunting the systems? Fantastic. I was just thinking we needed more mysterious entities trying to kill us.
This is serious, buddy. The construct appears to be searching for something. It's parsing through pre-collapse archives and leaving fragmented code everywhere it goes.
Like digital breadcrumbs or more like digital vomit?
More like footprints. And it's speaking in old Earth languages, Latin, pre-collapse dialects. Some phrases translate to "the answer lies beneath" and "the first light will reveal."
Cryptic, ominous, and vague. The trifecta of "we're all gonna die" messaging.
The most concerning part is that it's adaptive. Each time the Cloud Striders try to contain it, it evolves its encryption, almost like it's learning.
Uneasy. If your toaster starts speaking in Gregorian chant, let us know. Actually, if anything in your apartment starts speaking Latin, just run. Don't be a hero. Unless you're me, in which case, definitely be a hero.
I've sent what we know to Ikora. She's concerned.
Ikora's concerned? Great. That's Guardian speak for apocalypse incoming. Just once I'd like to hear Ikora's mildly amused or Ikora suggests a nice vacation.
Greetings, Lonely Guardians. I am Alan, and I have created LoveLink, the only dating app calibrated to your light signature.
And I am Elaine. Together we will find your perfect match or delete your ghost's memory banks trying.
Our proprietary algorithm analyzes your combat style, favorite subclass, and how often you dance in the tower.
Results may vary. Side effects include awkward crucible encounters and finding your ex on a strike team.
Just listen to our satisfied customers.
Before Lovelink, I was a sad solo hunter. Now I'm dating a warlock who only corrects my grammar twice per conversation.
Swipe left on the darkness and right on love.
Submit your light signature today and receive your first match instantly.
Match found you and Ikora's hairline. They enjoy long walks on Europa and the extermination of the darkness.
Compatibility rating: 87% chance of awkward silence, 13% chance of actual conversation.
Alan's Lovelink. Because even immortals need awkward first dates. And trust me, immortality makes the awkward parts last a lot longer. Look, I make jokes, I dodge bullets, I steal sparrows. But real talk, every Guardian listening, you're doing the impossible. Day after day, fight after fight. Whether you're a crayon-eating titan, a floaty, book-obsessed warlock, or a slick, cloak-wearing legend like yours truly, you're the reason humanity still has a shot. So keep showing up, keep loading in, and when the sky cracks open again, you better believe I'll be right there with you. Cloak flapping in the wind, guns blazing, probably yelling something stupid like, "This is what happens when you mess with my ramen supply."
That's surprisingly inspirational.
Don't get used to it. Being sincere gives me hives. And not the fun kind that explode when you shoot them. This is Buddy, signing off from the Cloak and Echo. Same weird time, same questionable frequency. And no, I still don't know who keeps stealing my ramen, but when I find them, there will be a reckoning and possibly a strongly worded letter. Depends on my mood.
Transmission ending in 3, 2, 1.
Oh! And if you see Zavala, tell him I wasn't anywhere near the speaker's old chambers with that bucket of glimmer paint. Completely unrelated incident. Buddy out! You ever get shoulder charged before the match even starts? No? Then congrats! You've never been in the Crucible on a Sunday.
I have 47 recordings of you screaming nope mid-match.
That's how I dodge supers. Yelling helps with aim. You wouldn't understand. You're just a floating light bulb. A very judgmental floating light bulb, I might add.
I am programmed for optimal Guardian performance. Your tactics are suboptimal.
Suboptimally effective, maybe. I've seen your combat logs, pal. Plenty of optimal deaths in there.
Those were learning experiences, and technically, Guardians cannot permanently die.
Oh, so you're saying I'm not learning? Is that what you're saying, Sparky?
I am merely pointing out the objective data. The data suggests room for improvement.
All right, Mr. Data. Let's just say the Crucible brings out the best and the saltiest in all of us. And sometimes the shoulder charges before the countdown even hits 0. It's a lawless wasteland of supers and shotguns, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Except maybe with less shoulder charges to the face. Picture it. Twilight Gap, me, my golden gun, 3 titans in a trench like they're prepping for siege warfare. I nail the first, second one bubbles, third one shoulder charges my soul into orbit.
You missed shot 3.
Technically true, but spiritually, I won that encounter.
You fell off the map.
Spiritually, still counts.
The scoreboard disagrees.
Scoreboards are for tryhards, Ghost. Real Guardians play for the thrill, the glory, the chance to look cool while exploding. Speaking of explosions, there was this one time, right? On Bannerfall, I had heavy, yeah? Pop my super, feeling like a god, ready to rain fiery death on my enemies. And a warlock blinked behind me and Nova bombed the wall I was standing next to. I didn't even get a shot off. I was a supernova of wasted potential.
That sounds inefficient.
Inefficient? It was tragic. But hey, that's the Crucible, right? 1 minute you're the hammer, the next you're a very sparkly nail. You gotta roll with the punches, laugh at the ridiculousness, and maybe, just maybe, learn a thing or two along the way. Or at least look good while failing spectacularly. That's my motto.
I believe your motto is YOLO Golden Gun Repeat.
Details, details. The point is, Crucible's chaos is what makes it beautiful. It's a learning experience disguised as a frag fest. A symphony of explosions and teabagging. And sometimes, just sometimes, you get that perfect flick shot that makes it all worthwhile. You know, the kind that makes you clip it and watch it 100 times.
Why just kill when you can slay?
Introducing the Season of Style Crucible collection, featuring cloaks with flare, shaders that blind your enemies, and the new Dawnblade Heels Glimmer Pack.
Come dressed to resurrect.
She sold me shoes I can't even equip. Still worth it. I'm not even kidding. They look fabulous in my locker. It's an investment, all right. A Guardian's gotta have options, right? You never know when you're gonna need a solid pair of heels, even if you can't technically wear them into battle. All right, Guardians, settle down. You know what time it is. Time to embrace the salt. Let's dive into the Crucible call-in corner, where we celebrate the rage, the tilt, and the moments that make you want to chuck your ghost across the room.
Yo, buddy, heard you were taking rage calls? Listen to this. I was playing Iron Banner, right? I Nova bombed this Titan, direct hit, like point blank. The dude survived with, I swear, 1 HP. 1! And then he has the audacity to teabag me?
Oh, the disrespect, the utter, unadulterated disrespect. I feel your pain, Guardian, I truly do. What did you do? Did you report him for unsportsmanlike conduct?
Nah, man, that's Bush League. I switched characters, played 6 matches, and I hunted him down. 6 matches, man. Finally found his sorry self and got my revenge. Justice was emotional. I teabagged him back, times 3, maybe 4. Who's counting?
Okay, dedication. I respect the dedication. That's the spirit, folks. Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands. Or, Nova bomb someone repeatedly until they learn their lesson.
Hey buddy, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Welcome to the show. Lay it on me.
So, this happened a while back. I was playing Titan, right? And we were pushing the capture point, and I got a little excited. I went for the Thunder Crash, full send,
Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, well, turns out there was a wall. A very, very solid wall. I Thunder Crashed straight into it. Team wiped. We lost the match. I regret nothing.
The honesty, I love it. Sometimes the most glorious failures are the most memorable. You became a legend that day, my friend. A legend.
Hey, buddy, can you keep this quiet?
Sure thing, Guardian. What's the secret shame?
I got killed by a glaive while dancing. I wasn't even in combat. I was just emoting near the heavy ammo. Some guy came around the corner, charged up his glaive, and poof. My ghost is still laughing about it.
Oh, man, that's rough. That's peak Crucible right there. Crucible rule number 12. If you're emoting, you've already lost. Write that down, folks. Or better yet, just keep dancing. Makes you an easier target. More kills for me. Ha! All right, Guardians, buckle up because we're live from the Jump Ship Arena where sanity goes to die.
I thought it already died when you decided to commentate.
Hey, anyway, we've got Sparrow Derby mayhem in full swing. Guardians are racing through grenade storms, dodging trip mines, and trying to outrun one very, very angry war beast. And folks, let me tell you, it is glorious.
Glorious chaos, maybe. I'm detecting at least 3 violations of the Geneva Convention.
Details, details! Look at that hunter pulling off a mid-air spin while narrowly avoiding a shrieker blast. Poetry in motion, I tell you. Poetry!
That hunter just crashed into a wall.
Minor setback. He's back in the race. Never give up, Guardians. Never surrender.
Lap 2 just opened a rift into the ascendant plane. Several racers have vanished.
They died doing what they loved, Ghost. Crashing into scenery with style. And probably screaming. A lot.
I am picking up a distress signal from one of the racers. He says he's stuck in a time loop.
Ah, sounds like Tuesday. But hold on, folks. We've got a new leader. It's a Titan naturally riding that Sparrow like he stole it. He's heading for the finish line, but oh no. He's been taken out by a rogue interceptor. Courtesy of yours truly. Remote detonation, baby. Never underestimate a hunter's need to cause mayhem.
You're disqualified.
Worth it, and that, folks, is the Jump Ship Arena, where only the slightly insane survive. Back to you in the studio. In the silence between shots, there is strategy.
Is the Crucible too loud for you, Guardian?
It is for me.
Then get ready for Zen and the Art of War, hosted by Commander Zavala.
Learn to find your center while dodging grenades.
Each week, Zavala will teach you how to master your mind and your light.
Do not confuse meditation with inactivity. Sometimes the greatest action is to do nothing at all. Then, strike.
New episodes of Zen and the Art of War drop every Tuesday, sponsored by Dead Orbit Tea.
Do not drink Dead Orbit tea. It smells like defeat. Listen, Crucible ain't about winning. It's about surviving, improving, and trying not to cry when someone blade barrages you through a load zone.
True growth comes from post-match salt.
I used to get mad. Now I get even. Then I get stylish. Then I get booted for inactivity. Then I get mad again. Beat. But that's the loop. Pain makes progress. Rage makes highlights.
You have a very specific definition of highlights.
Hey, sometimes my highlight is just not getting spawn camped for an entire match. That's a win in my book.
You also consider successfully equipping your pants a win.
Okay, one time. And those hive runes were tricky. Look, the point is the Crucible throws everything at you. Lag, one-shot snipers, teammates who think they're playing control and survival. You gotta find something to enjoy or you'll just burn out.
Like that time you tried to solo a team with just throwing knives?
Hey, I got one and looked cool doing it. Style points, Ghost. Style points.
You got killed by a Warlock melee.
Details, details. The Crucible's a teacher, even when it's punching you in the face. It teaches you how to adapt, how to strategize, and how to swear in 7 different languages. Mostly Hive.
Your Hive is terrible.
It's evocative.
Introducing the Crucible Trash Talk Hotline. Dial 1-800-GET-GOOD and leave a voicemail your killer can't ignore.
Yeah, hi, to the Titan who bubble farmed heavy. I sneeze harder than you hit.
To the Warlock who danced after 1 kill. Meet me in Elimination. I'll be waiting for you. With a rocket launcher.
Hey, this is for the hunter who keeps sniping me from across the map. I just want to say I respect your skill, but I also hate your guts. See you next match?
Operators standing by. Bring the salt. Terms and conditions apply. May cause spontaneous combustion in overly sensitive Guardians.
Is this thing on? To whoever stole my heavy ammo, I hope you trip on a rock and your super gets canceled.
The Crucible Trash Talk Hotline. Because sometimes a well-placed insult is the best revenge.
You're gonna lose. A lot. You're gonna miss shots, get stomped, misclick, fall off ledges, and accidentally super your own ghost. Once. But if you can laugh after the 5th loss, you're already winning. This is the Cloak and Echo, and I'll see you in the Crucible if I don't fall off the map first. tuned into Tower Radio. Light on, volume up. Some Guardians recharge with Crucible, some with Gambit. Me? I do my best work sitting in a ramen shop, boots off, ghost muted, watching two Titans argue about whose knees are more tactical.
They were comparing thigh armor.
Exactly. Tactical thighs. See, that's the kind of stuff you miss out on, Ghost, when you're too busy scanning planetary anomalies or, saving the universe.
Someone has to do it.
Oh, I know. And I appreciate it. I do. It's just, sometimes I think we get so caught up in the big picture, we forget to appreciate the little things, like the subtle art of Titan trash talk, or the way the light hits the traveler just right in the morning, or the smell of fresh synth ramen.
You're incorrigible.
Hey, I'm just saying, a Guardian's gotta have balance. You can't just be all explosions and heroic poses all the time. You gotta have a little downtime, a little tower time, Soak it all in, observe, judge, maybe steal a fry or two when no one's looking. You feel me?
I'm detecting a significant drop in your light levels when you're not actively engaged in combat.
That's just Zen, Ghost, pure Zen. I took the day off. No patrols, no bounties, no saving the solar system. Just me, a questionable cup of synth chai, and a seat on the postmaster's steps. I was just gonna zone out, recharge, maybe watch the pigeons fight over a stale engram crumb. Guardian stuff.
You spent an hour staring at the wall.
Yeah, it stares back. Real meditative. Makes you think, All those layers of history. All those battles.
You were asleep.
Exactly. Dream meditation, advanced technique, very Hunter.
You took it immediately.
I always take noodles. It's like in the Hunter code. Or maybe it's just basic survival instinct. Either way, you don't turn down free noodles. Especially spicy ones. This guy, right? He's got this whole tower of noodles and he's just shoveling them in. Like he hasn't eaten in a week.
Perhaps he hadn't.
Could be, but he offers me some, and I'm not gonna say no. We sit there side by side, just chowing down on noodles, watching the ships come and go. Didn't even exchange names. Just two Guardians, united by a shared love of questionable tower cuisine. That's what I'm talking about, Ghost. Human, or exo, or awoken connection, in its purest form.
You drooled on your cloak.
Details. The point is, it was a perfect day off until, well,
Have you left 999 shader bundles in my inventory? I am not a hoarder. You are. Cleanse yourself.
Tower Storage Solutions by Kadai 5530. Tired of juggling planetary materials and obsolete weapons?
Yes, I am, and so should you.
Ask about our new Glimmer Vaults and Engram compression services.
Claim your items, or I will repurpose them efficiently.
There's this one bench in the tower. The one by the ramen stand. Sit there long enough and someone will spill their entire fire team drama. I call it the gossip bench.
Last week, someone confessed to dismantling their clan founder's exotic boots.
That's war, Ghost. Pure, unadulterated war. What can I say?
And today? What sort of terrible behavior have Guardians stooped to today?
Someone faked a disconnect to avoid doing nightfall. I respect it, honestly. We've all been there, right? Oh, also overheard. Ikora might be starting a book club.
No!
Yeah, let that sink in. The Hidden Reading Romance Novels.
The Cabal Who Loved Me. Ooh, that's a good title. I'd read that.
5 stars. Would read. Definitely would read. Maybe I could get an early copy, through sources. Hobbies. Yeah, Guardians have them. What else are we going to do with all this free time, eh? Besides saving the world, of course.
I'm still waiting for you to take up knitting.
Ugh, don't push it. Anyway, some Titans brew tea in their bubble. Yeah, I've seen it. Earl Grey, very civilized. Warlocks, they paint Nova bombs. Like, on canvases? I don't know the details, but it's a thing.
It's therapeutic.
Is it? Well, me? I build tiny ships out of gunsmith scrap.
You glued a fusion core to a mug and called it art.
Modern art, Ghost. It exploded in a meaningful way, didn't it? It was supposed to be abstract. Exhibit A, see?
That was from your latest art piece.
Also been trying tower parkour. Climb up, jump across banners, land behind shacks without alerting his voice lines. Almost got it last week,
He shouted anyway.
Always does. One day I'll win. I just gotta be quieter, like a shadow. A really stylish parkouring shadow.
Guardian, are you feeling uninspired? Do your enemies laugh at your weakness?
motivation from the mouth of the crucible. Lord Shax's motivation tapes.
Get up, engage, throw more grenades, then super slam your fears and win.
Now available in cassette, engram, and tower loudspeaker format. Side effects may include increased confidence, excessive yelling, and an uncontrollable urge to throw grenades.
In weird tower sightings, a hunter petting a baby hive.
Wait, really? A baby hive? Like a thrall-sized thrall?
Smaller. Kind of cute, actually. Had like these big, buggy eyes.
Huh, unexpected.
Yeah, then there was this cloaked warlock selling crystals labeled moon juice.
Moon juice? I hope no one actually bought that.
Claims it enhances your paracausal perception.
Definitely snake oil.
Oh, and a titan who saluted every engram that dropped.
Really? That's dedicated.
I'm thinking maybe a little too dedicated.
Maybe their ghost was offline?
Nah, just polite.
I don't know, feels like a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay. How about this? I saw Saint 14 racing a kid in the courtyard.
Saint 14? Racing? Who won?
He let the kid win, then paid him in glimmer.
That's actually wholesome. Saint 14? Wholesome?
Told you, even titans have hearts, sometimes big ones, mostly made of bubble foam.
Amanda Holliday's Spa Garage. Oil changes include free foot rubs.
Because even guardians deserve downtime.
Sometimes you need to just sit, chill. Let Zavala frown from a distance. Not every day's a firefight. Some days are ramen days.
And bench gossip days.
Right, we don't just save the system, we live in it, so live well. This is the Cloak and Echo. Stay chill, Guardian. Next week, we're going fishing. Yes, really. Risen and ready. Every frequency, every fire team, tower radio, you know, stay sharp out there. Tired of your pulse rifle jamming right when the Cabal War Beast charges? Swing by the tower and let Banshee 44 tune it up. He may forget your name, but he never forgets a weapon. Upgrades, calibrations, and maybe a cryptic mutter about the good old days. All at Banshee's Gunsmith Services. Side effects may include a sudden desire to dismantle everything in your vault.
This is a Vanguard authorized broadcast on Tower Radio. Stand firm. Stay the course.
Guardians, welcome back to Light It Up, the show that helps kindergardians like you not get blasted into orbit 10 seconds into a strike. I'm Buddy, cloak enthusiast, crucible dropout, and guy who once tried to punch a boss to death. It didn't go well.
He cried loudly in a lost sector.
Today's episode, we're diving into Destiny's core activities, strikes, gambit, and the crucible. It's like choosing between 3 flavors of chaos. Whether you're just getting your light legs or trying to figure out which activity won't completely destroy your confidence, we've got you covered. All right, strikes. Think of these like 3-player mini-adventures. You and your fire team charge through enemy territory, blast through mobs, solve 0 puzzles, and fight a boss that yells way too much.
Strikes drop Vanguard reputation and engrams. Run enough, and Commander Zavala might actually notice you. Maybe.
You'll shoot through fallen bunkers, hive tunnels, taking wormholes, whatever it takes. Just don't go AFK. We can all tell when you're hiding behind a rock eating ramen.
The Strike playlist is your training ground. Most experienced Guardians can run these in their sleep, so don't panic if your teammates are sprinting ahead like they're in a race.
Pro tip, match your fire team's pace. Too slow, and you'll miss all the action. Too fast, and suddenly you're alone with 12 Cabal gladiators asking about your insurance policy.
Each strike has its own mechanics. Some have shield generators you need to destroy. Others have orbs to carry. Most just involve shooting things until they stop moving.
And then there are Nightfall strikes. Same missions, but cranked up to why am I doing this to myself difficulty. Better rewards, though.
Nightfalls have modifiers that can either help or seriously hurt you, like Grounded, where jumping deals extra damage to you, or Blackout, where enemies can basically one-shot you in melee.
Strike etiquette is simple. Revive teammates, share heavy ammo, and please use your super. I've seen Guardians save their super for the entire strike like it's a collectible item.
It recharges. That's literally the point.
Oh, and champions! Some strikes have these super-powered enemies that need specific weapon mods to stun. Don't be that Guardian using a regular hand cannon against an unstoppable ogre. You'll just make it angry.
If you're new, just follow the veteran's lead. Watch what they shoot, where they go, and maybe don't stand directly in front of them when they have a rocket launcher.
Most importantly, strikes are the perfect place to practice your builds, test new weapons, and get comfortable with the flow of combat before you try harder content.
Or before real Guardians see you play.
Hey, we're all real Guardians here. Some of us just die more creatively than others. Next up, Gambit. Half of it is shooting aliens, the other half questioning your friendships.
Here's how it works. Kill enemies, collect motes, bank them, summon a big bad. Try not to get gunned down by an invading warlock with a Nova bomb the size of Europa.
Gambit's basically two teams racing to summon and defeat a primeval boss first. The twist: you can send blockers to mess with the other team and even invade their side for some Guardian-on-Guardian violence.
When you kill enemies, they drop these glowing triangles called motes. Pick them up, don't die while holding them all, and bank them in the central terminal.
Banking different amounts gives different rewards. 5 motes sends a small blocker, 10 motes a medium, and 15 sends a large one that'll make the other team hate their life choices.
Blockers prevent the enemy team from banking until they're destroyed. They also drain motes from the enemy bank if left alive. Double trouble.
Teamwork is everything. A good Gambit crew knows when to bank, when to invade, and when to just start yelling.
The portal is key. When it activates, one player can invade the opposing side. You get an overshield and 30 seconds to ruin someone's day.
If you're invaded, don't panic. Hide, stick together, or hunt the invader down. They glow bright red. Think angry Christmas light.
Remember, if you're holding 15 motes and die, that's 15 reasons your fire team will never trust you again.
I still have nightmares about losing 15 motes to an invader's sniper shot. My clan made me change my name to Mote Dropper for a week.
Once you bank 75 motes total, you summon your primeval. Kill it first, you win. But the other team can still invade and heal your boss by killing you.
Also, don't invade if you're bad at it. No shame in guarding the bank, my friend. Better to excel at collecting motes than waste an invasion opportunity.
Final tip. When the drifter says bank those motes, it usually means an invasion is coming. Don't be caught with a pocket full of triangles and nowhere to hide.
Gambit rewards smart play over just shooting everything. And remember, the drifter is watching. Always watching. Time for the Crucible. This is Destiny's PvP. Think dodgeball but with rocket launchers. And Lord Shaxx as your extremely loud gym teacher.
The Crucible is where Guardians face off against each other in various competitive formats. Consider it a training ground where the enemies can actually think.
Unlike PvE, where you can memorize enemy patterns, real Guardians are unpredictable. Some will rush you with shotguns. Others will snipe you from halfway across the map before you even know what hit you.
Team Deathmatch, Zone Control, Rumble, Trials if you hate yourself. There's a mode for every mood.
Control is the most common mode you'll play. It's about capturing and holding zones while defeating enemies. More zones equals more points per kill. Simple in theory, impossible when everyone's ignoring the objectives.
Survival is about limited lives. Your team shares a pool of lives, and when they're gone, you're out. Think carefully before charging into that 3v1.
Rumble is free for all. No teammates to blame, just you against 5 other Guardians all hunting the same prey, which is you, by the way.
Trials of Osiris is for the elite, or masochists. It's 3v3 elimination with the best rewards, but also the sweatiest players who've memorized every pixel of every map.
Don't worry about KD at first. Learn the maps, know your radar, and please stop charging in with a sword unless you're 110% sure.
The radar is your best friend. Red means danger. The brighter and closer to the center, the closer the enemy. Red at the edge means they're nearby, but not in your line of sight.
Special ammo is limited in Crucible, so make those shotgun and sniper shots count. And for the love of the traveler, don't waste your super on one person when there's 3 around the corner.
Pro tip, if you see a Titan sprinting at you with a glowing shoulder, that's not a high five.
Or a hunter pulling out a golden gun, that's not a light show. Or a warlock floating in the air, they're not trying to get a better view.
Positioning is everything. Know when to engage and when to retreat. And stick with teammates. Lone wolves make good target practice.
Crucible is where legends are born, or where they accidentally grenade themselves in the face. Either way, it's fun.
And remember, it's just a game. Even when Shax is screaming in your ear about throwing enough grenades.
All right, time for Mail Call. This is where we answer your burning questions about Guardian life, explosive mishaps, and fashion choices.
Mostly the explosive mishaps.
Let's see what we've got today.
Hey buddy, what mode should I focus on first? There's a lot going on and I'm overwhelmed.
Great question. The beauty of Destiny is you can play it however you want. If you like story and loot, Ghost Strikes. They're the perfect gateway drug to harder PvE content like Nightfalls and raids.
They also have the lowest chance of someone sending you hate mail.
If you like PvP and yelling, Crucible. Nothing beats the rush of outplaying another Guardian. Just prepare for a learning curve steeper than the tower walls.
And if you want chaos, moats, and betrayal, Gambit. It's where friendships go to die, but the matches are quick and the gameplay loop is addictive.
Really, it comes down to what you enjoy. Are you competitive? Cooperative? Do you like predictable enemies or the chaos of human opponents?
Pick one. Play until you hate it, then switch.
Spoken like a real Guardian.
Tired of dying? Try Banshee 44's refurbished rocket sail. Slightly used, mostly safe. Only explodes sometimes. Side effects include victory dances, spontaneous combustion, and occasional time-space anomalies that Ikora definitely doesn't want to know about.
Is that legal?
In the tower? Absolutely not. But Banshee forgets he's running the promotion every 3 hours, so nobody stops him.
Fair point. I did get my first Gallarhorn from his gently used bin. Here's the good stuff. Group play golden rules. Number 1, revive your teammates. Don't dance near their ghosts unless you want them coming back just to throw you off a cliff. Number 2, don't steal heavy ammo unless you earned it. We all see you sprinting to that purple brick while your teammates did the actual work.
I've ended friendships over heavy ammo theft. 0 regrets.
Number 3, communicate. Even if it's just screaming incoherently into your mic when the boss goes immune for the 15th time. At least your team knows you're alive and suffering with them.
And don't forget, if someone's carrying the team, thank them. A little gratitude goes a long way. Even a simple emote works.
And if you're the one carrying, feel free to rub it in, but with class. Maybe a subtle dance at the end, not a full 10-minute victory parade while everyone's trying to collect their loot.
The line between confident and obnoxious is thinner than a hunter's patience in a long strike.
Remember, Guardians, we were all blueberries once. Pay it forward. That's episode 3 in the books, Kinderguardians. Whether you're blasting Cabal into orbit, banking moats like a banking professional, or missing every single Crucible shot, just remember, it's about having fun, getting better, and definitely not standing in that suspicious glowing fire on the ground.
The fire is never your friend, ever. Neither is that glowing pool or that red beam. Actually, just assume anything glowing is trying to kill you.
Next time on Light It Up, we're diving into the real power fantasy, supers, subclasses, and which light flavor pairs best with various combat situations.
And which ones are specifically engineered for maximum punching efficiency.
Until then, Guardians, keep your gun loaded, your ghost chatty, and your dance emotes fresh. This is Buddy,
an Echo,
signing off. May the light guide your aim, and may your respawn timer be quick when it doesn't.
Signal clear. Guardian broadcast aligned. You're on Tower Radio.
Guardians, ghosts, and whoever's currently dancing at the Postmaster, welcome back to Light It Up, the Kinderguardian survival show that asks, did you reload before we started this episode? I'm Buddy, hunter, cloak model, and guy who just dismantled the same pulse rifle 5 times.
Because he keeps getting the same one and forgetting.
It's called Optimism, Echo. Today we're going to break down everything you need to know about staying alive long enough to become the legend you were resurrected to be. Whether you're fresh off your first resurrection or just trying to figure out which end of a fusion rifle to point at the enemy, we've got you covered. All right, you got guns, great, but you've also got slots, kinetic, energy, power. No, they're not for organizing snacks.
Though that would be more helpful for some Guardians I know.
Look, I was hungry during that Vex strike. Anyway, let's break this down. Your weapon slots are basically your Guardian's 3 hands. And yes, I know we only have 2 hands. Work with me here.
Kinetic weapons go in the first slot. Bullets, arrows, punches with bullets. They don't have an elemental energy, just pure physical damage. Think of them as your reliable workhorses.
Like that Kvostov you probably started with. Nothing fancy, just good old-fashioned lead. These are great for taking down enemies without shields or when you just want something dependable.
Energy weapons are in slot 2, same as kinetic, but with elemental flair. Think arc, solar, or void. Great for melting enemy shields and showing off at parties.
Match the shield color with your weapon element and watch shields pop like Cabal drop pods on an unsuspecting fire team. Arc for arc shields, solar for solar shields. You get it.
And your power slot is for the big stuff. Rockets, swords, giant lasers. Use sparingly or just yell YOLO and swing wildly, like he does.
I have 0 regrets. Power ammo is purple, rare, and worth its weight in glimmer. Save it for bosses, yellow bars, or that one Crucible player who keeps sniping you.
Remember that some weapon types can appear in different slots. You might find hand cannons in both kinetic and energy slots, for example.
The trick is balancing your loadout. Having all short-range weapons is great until you meet a boss that one-shots you from 50 meters. Maybe pack a scout rifle. Quick weapon breakdown. Hand cannons, space revolvers. Cool factor, 10 out of 10. Accuracy, depends on whether you're a Cade 6 wannabe or actually practiced with one.
They're high damage, high risk. Miss a shot and you'll be reloading while everything tries to eat you.
Auto rifles. Your best friend early on. Point, hold trigger, problem solved. They're reliable, forgiving, and perfect when you're still learning which end of the gun shoots.
Think of them as training wheels with bullets. Great sustained damage, but you'll burn through ammo faster than Zavala burns through his patience with Guardians dancing on his desk.
Shotguns. Like knocking on death's door with a thunderclap. Great in close quarters. Terrible at social distancing. One shot, one kill. Unless it's a boss, then it's more like 10 shots and run out of ammo.
And don't forget SMGs, for when you want an auto rifle but smaller and angrier. Snipers, for picking off enemies from so far away they don't even know you exist yet. And bows, yes, bows. This is a space war, not a Ren fair, and somehow they still work.
Don't sleep on bows. They're silent, deadly, and look awesome when you land a headshot midair. Plus, there's something satisfying about taking down an alien war machine with a glorified stick and string.
Pulse rifles offer a middle ground, 3-round bursts that balance precision and forgiveness. And fusion rifles charge up before unleashing a burst of energy that can vaporize multiple enemies at once.
Bottom line, try everything. That sidearm might seem weak until you're surrounded by Thrall and need something that fires fast. Every weapon has its moment to shine. Let's talk fire teams. This isn't a solo gig, unless you're one of those mysterious hunters who vanishes mid-mission and shows up with loot nobody else found.
He's talking about himself.
A fire team is 3 players. That's the magic number for Strikes, Gambit, Crucible, and later, Nightfalls. It's like a group project where everyone has rocket launchers and no one wants to do the objective.
The trick is learning synergy. Titans put up barricades and punch things that get too close. Warlocks keep everyone alive with healing rifts. Hunters, well, they make everything look good while doing questionable things in the corner.
We're tactical scouts. Map exploration is crucial.
Is that what you call it when you're off collecting regional chests while your teammates are fighting the boss?
I'm providing a valuable service. Those materials don't collect themselves.
Fire teams work best when each member understands their role. Titans are your frontline defense. Big, bulky, and ready to throw themselves between you and danger.
Warlocks are your support class. They'll drop wells, throw healing grenades, and occasionally lecture you about some obscure hive god they read about.
And hunters add mobility and precision damage. They'll clear ads, generate orbs, and disappear right before something needs heavy lifting.
Exactly. Also, if your team wipes, it's probably the Titan's fault. If you win, it was the hunter. That's just science.
And if something weird happens involving space magic no one understands, blame the Warlock. We're used to it.
The most important thing about fire teams, though? Communication. Whether it's chat, voice, or just frantically shooting at something important, find ways to coordinate. A disorganized team is just 3 guardians dying separately. And now it's time for the Tower Mailbag, where we answer your burning questions about loot, shooting, and why Zavala sounds perpetually disappointed.
Today's question comes from a brand new guardian in the EDZ.
Hey, buddy. How do I know if a weapon is good? I've got like 12 green ones, and they all look the same.
Okay, first, green means common, trash tier. You'll outgrow them faster than a sparrow driven by a titan.
Look for blue, rare, purple, legendary, and eventually gold, exotic. Purples are your bread and butter for most activities.
The rarity ladder goes white, green, blue, purple, gold. Each step up means better stats and more perks. Once you hit level cap, you'll basically only use purple and gold.
And don't get too attached to anything below legendary. You'll be swapping them out every 5 minutes during the campaign.
Also, pay attention to stats, range, stability, reload, and perks. A Feeding Frenzy plus Rampage combo? That's Chef's Kiss. A scout rifle with hipfire grip? Hey, dismantle it and move on.
If you're not sure, look for perks that complement each other. Outlaw speeds up reload after precision kills, so pairing it with Kill Clip, which boosts damage after reloading, is synergy at its finest.
And remember, sometimes the ugliest gun in your vault might be a god roll. Don't judge a pulse rifle by its rusty exterior.
Are your light abilities feeling a little dim? Stressed from constantly being shot at by the forces of darkness? Visit Ikora's Mind Garden, now open near the bazaar. Quiet contemplation in a serene environment designed by warlocks for everyone. Meditate, float, ponder the infinite. Side effects may include existential dread, spontaneous void awakening, and the overwhelming urge to start collecting books.
Last time I went, I left with 3 more questions and no answers.
That's just warlock energy. Did you try the guided astral projection package?
No, I got the Find Your Inner Solar Light session. Spent 30 minutes staring at a candle until it exploded.
That wasn't supposed to happen. This week only, special discount for Titans. We know meditation is hard when your solution to everything is punching. First session comes with complimentary crayons and a stress ball shaped like a cabal head.
I heard they're opening a hunter section too.
Yeah, it's just a dark corner where you can brew dramatically while sharpening a knife.
3 quick tips so you don't get booted from the team. I like to call these Buddy's Basics Don't Be That Guardian. 1. Pick up orbs. Those shiny little light nuggets charge your super and make your ghost proud. Plus, they're literally begging to be collected. Don't be the guardian stepping over free power. 2. Don't shoot your power weapon at your teammate's back, even if it's funny, even if they deserved it, even if you're just testing something. Trust me, no one finds rocket-propelled friendship as amusing as you think.
He's speaking from experience.
3. Use your super before you die, not after. You'd be amazed how many folks hold on to their super like it's a limited edition Sparrow they're afraid to scratch.
Including him frequently.
I was waiting for the perfect moment.
The perfect moment isn't when you're already surrounded by 17 Hive Knights.
It's called dramatic timing. Besides, nothing says I've got this like activating Golden Gun when you're at 1% health.
And nothing says I don't got this like the death animation that immediately follows.
And that wraps episode 2 of Light It Up. You now know your loadout, you've got a fire team, and you're ready to blast through the system like a caffeine-powered Sparrow.
Just remember to actually apply what you've learned. We've seen too many Guardians who listen to advice and then immediately jump off the tower anyway.
It's a rite of passage.
Next time, what's a strike and why you shouldn't hide in a corner the whole time, how Gambit makes you trust no one including yourself, and why Lord Shaxx never uses his inside voice, ever.
Until then, Guardians, I keep your barrel hot and your dance emote ready.
And please, reload.
One hunter, one ghost, no filter. Welcome to the shadows. Cloak and Echoes on the mic.
Up late? Can't sleep? Neither can we. You're listening to Tower Radio, Midnight Edition. Welcome back to Light It Up, where the guns are loud, the drip is real, and your survival honestly depends on fashion and firepower. I'm your friendly neighborhood hunter buddy, and my ghost is once again judging my loadout choices, you know?
I judge everything you do, but yes, especially when you bring a blue rarity scout rifle into a nightfall.
Today, we're talking weapons and gear. I mean, if your subclass is your soul, then your guns, man, they are your attitude. And, some of y'all need an upgrade for real.
Weapon types come in 3 flavors: kinetic, energy, and power. Kinetic is your raw damage. It's, just pure impact. Energy helps with shields. Think of it like, elemental counters. Power is your big boomstick. It's for, well, making things go boom.
Auto rifles, hand cannons, fusion rifles, swords. Whatever your vibe, there's a tool for the job out there. But remember, not all legendary weapons are created equal. Perks seriously matter. Okay, so picking a loadout isn't just about favoritism, Like, oh, I really love this auto rifle. Nah, it's about function. Are you, fighting swarms of enemies? Go with an SMG. Need range for those pesky snipers? Scout rifle, definitely. Boss damage? Oh man, hello. Rocket launcher, or a good linear fusion.
And, if you're still using a sidearm and a Grandmaster Nightfall, you better be very, very good. Or, very expendable. Just saying.
Oh man, yeah, don't worry, Kindergardians. I mean, nobody expects perfection right out of the gate. Just maybe retire that white rarity sniper rifle, okay? Just put it away. For your own good.
All right, moving on from guns to the threads. Armor is way more than just, drip. Each piece, your helmet, your arms, chest, legs, and your class item, they all give you stat bonuses. And seriously important mod slots.
Oh, mods. Mods are they're your power moves, you want to throw more grenades? Mod for discipline, baby. You want to survive those crazy melee fights? Resilience? That's what you need. Trust me on this one. And I mean, if you're still wearing the armor from the Cosmodrome tutorial, we seriously need to talk. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, no, seriously. But hey, the good news is you can infuse better gear into your favorite armor piece. So yeah, you can totally look good and still hit like a freight train. Or, a Titan punch. So you found a fancy legendary weapon. Cool, but does it have the right perks?
Perks are everything though. Seriously. A hand cannon with Rampage and Outlaw? Excellent. One with Hipfire Grip and Eye of the Storm? Maybe not so much,
Yeah, and watch out for God rolls. That's Destiny slang for, perk combinations that turn your weapon into, a space blender. So, always check the perks, compare your options. Don't just equip whatever has the biggest number, okay?
Okay, so, a really good loadout, it has synergy. It's not just a collection of random cool stuff. If your subclass supports grenades, then duh, you should run armor and weapons that boost grenade regen. It just makes sense, right?
Totally, dude. It's all about creating a whole vibe, For example,
a Void Hunter with a glaive? That's like a stealthy menace. You're punching and blocking, going invisible, dropping smoke bombs. It all just clicks.
Or a Solar Warlock with a fusion rifle? Total radiant support, you're healing your team, creating Witherhorde puddles, and just generally being awesome.
And oh man, an Arc Titan with a shotgun? That's like a kinetic freight train. You're punching everything, shoulder charging through rooms, and just getting right in their face. It's glorious.
Listen, I totally get it. You want to look cool. You want to have that perfect shader, those cool looking boots. But if your super fashionable chest plate has trash stats, you're just gonna die looking, really fly, and that's not helpful for anyone.
Indeed. And there's really no excuse anymore, buddy. Transmog exists. You can make any armor piece look like what you want and still use high stat pieces underneath. So, wear that ugly but powerful chest piece and make it look like your favorite one.
Yeah, that means no more excuses, Kindergardians. Stop blaming your ugly boots when you get wiped in the raid. Fashion and function, Guardians. That's the only way to go. So yeah, that's a wrap on loadouts, loot, and looking like a legend. Next episode, we're gonna totally take you into the Crucible, where friendships kind of go to die and respawns happen super fast.
Light It Up will not be held responsible for Crucible-induced emotional damage.
So, until next time, Kindergardians, remember to aim for the head, stay super flashy, and may your rolls be extra spicy. If you're hearing this, I'm probably being awesome somewhere. Or dead. Either way, you're tuned to Tower Radio. Don't, screw it up. Test. Is this thing working? Ghost, tell me this isn't broadcasting to Shax's personal feed again. Last time he sent me a recording of him yelling, "Yes!" for 45 minutes straight.
I've double-checked the encryption. We're piggybacking on a long-dead Braytech uplink and bouncing it off a derelict Cabal signal tower. Should be safe.
Translation. If you're hearing this, congrats! You found the most questionable frequency in the system. Welcome, Guardians, to the Cloak and Echo, the only radio show brought to you by a hunter for hunters. And anyone else who likes guns, loot, and stories that definitely won't get me in trouble with the Vanguard.
That last part is debatable.
Ignore my ghost. They're just mad I used their shell to open a jar of spicy ramen sauce yesterday. But hey, if you're tuned in, you're either lucky or have questionable taste in radio frequencies. Either way, you're in for a wild ride across the system. No rules, no filters, just the kind of intel you won't hear in tower briefings. Let's kick things off with the news. First up, the Vanguard confirmed what we all knew. The Vex are still doing weird Vex things on Nessus. Warlocks are writing whole dissertations on the new time fracture anomaly. Meanwhile, hunters, we're using it to speedrun lost sectors. Who's the smart class now, Ikora?
Technically, the time dilation is dangerous.
Technically, so is jumping off the tower for fun, but that doesn't stop half the Guardians I know.
That's different. The temporal instability could potentially trap you in a recursive loop.
Yeah, but think of the loot per minute. 3 legendary engrams in 40 seconds is a new record. Worth the existential risk, if you ask me. Ooh, that reminds me. Word out of the EDZ says there's a new gang of Fallen calling themselves the Skyrust Syndicate. Apparently led by a Dreg with a shank strapped to each arm. Like knives. Stylish. Stupid. Classic Fallen.
They've been raiding Golden Age bunkers for something specific, not just the usual scavenging.
Right, and get this. My source says they're collecting pre-collapse batteries. For what? No idea, but I'm betting it's either going to explode or try to kill us. Or explode while trying to kill us.
Your source being the hunter you met in that bar who paid you with a rusty sparrow part?
Hey, Drifter vouched for him, sort of. He nodded in his general direction once. Yesterday I took a quick job in the Cosmodrome. Thought it'd be a simple shoot some hive, grab the loot, jet out deal. But nope. Turns out the hive are trying to grow a tree made of chitin and nightmares in a sealed bunker.
It's some kind of fungal anchor, possibly tied to the witness's corruption.
Yeah, I call it the Nope Tree. I threw a Nova Bomb at it. Impressive because I don't even have void powers. And it blinked at me, like eyelids on bark.
That's not anatomically possible. Trees don't have eyelids.
Tell that to the tree! It watched me the whole time, creepy. Then it started making this weird humming sound like someone gargling while playing a theremin.
I detected unusual harmonic frequencies. They were resonating with certain neurotransmitters in nearby Thrall. Could be a method of control or communication.
Whatever it was doing, it didn't like my golden gun. Set 3 branches on fire and the thing screamed. Not like a person scream. More like, you know when you step on a Dreg's foot and they make that surprise chirp hiss? Like that, but slower and deeper.
I've archived samples for study. The Cryptarchs will want to analyze this.
Moral of the story? Don't trust trees in hive territory. Or better yet, just burn them all down and ask questions later. Hunter problem solving at its finest. Tired of your pulse rifle jamming right when the Cabal War Beast charges? Swing by the tower and let Banshee 44 tune it up. He may forget your name, but he never forgets a weapon. Upgrades, calibrations, and maybe a cryptic mutter about the good old days. All at Banshee's Gunsmith Services. Side effects may include a sudden desire to dismantle everything in your vault. And now, call-in corner. We ask Guardians to send us their burning questions. Let's take a few.
I should note that I've implemented a 5-second delay, just in case someone tries to broadcast tower security codes again.
That was one time, and technically it was Cade's fault. Anyway, first caller, you're on with the Cloak and Echo.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller? Is it true hunters just roll around until enemies get tired?
Absolutely. It's called evasion tactics. We studied it in the back of Zavala's Patience. Next question.
You could have given a more informative answer about hunter mobility and strategic positioning.
Could have, didn't want to. Hunter secret techniques stay secret. Next caller.
I ate an engram. Is that bad?
Yes and no. Depends on your light tolerance. Was it at least an exotic?
purple. Tasted like lightning and sadness.
Ah, legendary. Could be worse. Ghost, any medical advice for our Titan friend?
Engrams aren't meant for consumption. They're compressed data matrices containing matter patterns. But given Titan physiology, you'll probably be fine. Might glow for a few days.
On the bright side, you'll save glimmer on nightlights. Next caller.
My ghost keeps judging my fashion choices. Is there a reset button?
There is not.
Found the sensitive topic. Actually, try complimenting your ghost shell more often. They're vain little things.
Says the hunter who spent 3 hours adjusting his cape in the tower yesterday.
It's called style, ghost. Something you wouldn't understand with that basic shell. Last caller, make it quick.
Any tips for a new hunter in the Crucible?
Jump! A lot! Never stop jumping. If Lord Shax can still see your feet, you're doing it wrong. And remember, your true opponent isn't the other Guardians, it's gravity. Guardian, you work hard, slaying hive gods, resetting the Crucible leaderboard. Again, you've earned a treat. So head to Eva Levante's booth in the tower. Cookies, candies, and other mysterious baked goods that somehow power your super faster. They're holiday approved and traveler blessed. Don't ask what's in them, just eat them and glow.
I've decrypted a data packet. Intercepted Cabal transmissions suggest Empress Kayatl is moving a fleet element back toward Mars. Not open war, but something stirring.
You know, I was going to make a joke about Kayatl's massive ships compensating for something, but last time I did that, 3 Cabal interceptors showed up outside my hideout.
That wasn't a coincidence. Your comm frequency was compromised.
Wait, what?
Moving on. The data suggests they're searching for something. Multiple excavation teams, heavy equipment, Psion divination units.
Mars already gave us Siva, Rasputin, and those tiny chocolate bars from the Braytech vending machines. What else could they want?
Unknown, but these transmissions were heavily encrypted, even for Cabal standards.
Sounds like good loot to me. Or certain death. Usually the same thing in our line of work.
I'm also detecting unusual Pyramidian energy signatures near their dig sites. This could be related to the Witness.
Great, just what we need. More cosmic horror. File that under problems for tomorrow's buddy. Before I go, here's a little wisdom from yours truly. Life as a Guardian's weird. One day, you're punching Hive in the face. The next, you're arguing over who gets the last exotic engram. But we're still here.
That's surprisingly profound.
I have my moments. Somewhere between my 15th death today and watching a kindergarten try to ride a fallen pike backwards, I realized something.
That you should be more careful?
No. That we're living the strangest, most beautiful second chance the universe has ever seen. I mean, think about it. We died once already. Everything after that, bonus round.
You never talk like this around other Guardians.
That's because I have a reputation to maintain. Can't let people know there's actual thoughts happening up here.
Your secret's safe with the, hundreds of listeners.
Look, all I'm saying is, between the cosmic gods trying to erase us and the Vanguard's weapon balancing patches, we're still light bearers, champions, chosen. We're still fighting.
And sometimes failing.
And sometimes winning. And sometimes just standing on the tower, throwing ourselves off the edge for fun. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Not even for Cade's old cape.
Now I know you're being sincere.
And sometimes, just sometimes, we're a bunch of resurrected weirdos doing our best to save humanity while collecting cool guns. And that's enough. This is Buddy, the Guardian, signing off. You've been listening to the Cloak and Echo. Same weird time, same questionable frequency.
You actually completed a broadcast without causing an interplanetary incident. I'm impressed.
The night is still young, Ghost. Don't jinx it.
The encryption is dropping. We should wrap this up.
Right. Until next time, Guardians, keep your cloaks dry, your knives sharp, and your excuses ready for when Zavala asks where you've been.
Speaking of which, there's a message from the Vanguard about an unauthorized Sparrow requisition.
And for anyone from the tower listening, I definitely didn't steal that Sparrow. Mostly.
Here we go again.
Darlings, listen up. When the universe is ending for the 5th time, you might as well look fabulous. Tess Everest invites you to Eververse, where style is eternal and shaders are forever out of stock. Glamour, glitter, and gear that sparkles brighter than your ghost's personality. Eververse, because function is boring.
Guardian, you work hard, slaying hive gods, resetting the Crucible leaderboard. Again, you've earned a treat. So head to Eva Levante's booth in the tower. Cookies, candies, and other mysterious baked goods that somehow power your super faster. They're holiday approved and traveler blessed. Don't ask what's in them. Just eat them and glow.
You're not supposed to be listening, but here you are. The Cloak and Echo Show on Tower Radio.
Broadcasting from somewhere between Zavala's Patience and Shax's Scream Range, this is Light It Up, the only show dedicated to turning fresh-rezzed Kinderguardians into bona fide legends. I'm your host, Buddy, hunter, cloak connoisseur, and your personal Sherpa through this weird little light trip.
And I'm Echo, his ghost. I brought him back once, regretting it daily.
Okay, Kinderguardian, you just woke up in the Cosmodrome. Confused? Great. That means your brain works. You're technically dead, but also very technically alive thanks to your new little buddy, Ghost.
Hello, you're welcome.
The Traveler, big shiny space ball in the sky, gives out light. Ghosts carry that light. We pick Guardians, people who can use the light to fight back the darkness. You're one of those people now.
Which says more about the state of the universe than your qualifications.
No pressure. Look, the basics are pretty simple. You died, maybe centuries ago, maybe yesterday, doesn't matter. Your ghost found something special in whatever bones, dust, or weirdly preserved corpse you left behind.
I detected potential for light wielding, also a distinct lack of better options in the vicinity.
Now you've got supernatural powers, the ability to come back from death over and over, and a fancy new job defending humanity from extinction. Cool, right?
Side effects may include memory loss, existential crises, and an unhealthy addiction to collecting better guns.
The darkness is complicated. Ancient enemy of the Traveler. Bad news for everyone. Think of it as the cosmic off switch trying to turn out all the lights in the universe.
Including yours, permanently.
Your job is to keep that from happening. Use your light, learn your abilities, and maybe figure out who you were before all this. Or don't. Fresh start. Your call. Let's talk threats. There's a whole buffet of things trying to kill you. Let's start simple.
The Fallen, scavengers with extra arms and a grudge. Space pirates, basically.
They used to have the Traveler before us. Now they want it back. Think of them as that X who keeps driving by your house at night, except with shock rifles and teleportation tech.
They also worship machines and smell like wet carpet. Just an observation.
Next, the Hive. Think space zombies with a religion. Creepy, chitin-covered, and they do this thing where they chant your doom. It's adorable.
They worship giant worm gods and believe killing makes them stronger, which technically it does, so points for honesty.
If you see glowing green runes and hear whispering that makes you want to throw up, that's hive territory. Pro tip, shoot the thrall first. Little screamers travel in packs.
Then there's the Vex, time-traveling robot cult, also adorable, in a horrifying shoot-you-in-the-face-with-lasers way.
Imagine milk cartons with legs that want to convert the entire universe into a giant calculator. That's the Vex. They don't hate you. They just don't think you should exist in their perfect math equation.
Their critical spots glow, which is considerate of them. Aim for the white belly juice.
And the Cabal, big armored war hippos. They hit hard but run slow. Think of them as angry space turtles with a lot of guns.
They also blow up planets for getting in their way. Military efficiency at its finest.
If you run into one, aim for the head. If you can't see the head because it's charging at you like a freight train, aim for whatever's closest and pray.
Oh, there are more, but you'll meet them when they try to kill you.
Spoilers.
Worth noting that sometimes these factions fight each other. Feel free to watch and take notes, or join in. Nothing brings enemies together like a guardian with a grenade.
Oh, and if you see anything that looks like a taken human crossed with an oil spill and bad dreams, run. That's probably Taken or Scorn. We'll cover those in the advanced class.
Right after How Not to Fall Off Cliffs 101.
Once you've made it through your first firefight without dropping your gun, you'll end up in the tower. That's HQ, home, shopping mall, social experiment.
The last standing safe city on Earth, relatively speaking.
It's right under the Traveler, so you get that cool view every time you're shopping for new capes, or whatever warlocks and titans wear. Dresses and shoulder pads, I think.
Let's introduce your new coworkers.
Commander Zavala, Titan, Vanguard leader, voice like a thunderstorm. Take him seriously. He doesn't joke. Ever.
I've monitored him for 37 years, still waiting for the punchline.
He'll give you missions, stern looks, and occasionally say something in that voice that makes you want to salute and apologize for everything you've ever done wrong, even stuff you haven't done yet.
Ikora Ray, Warlock Vanguard, sees everything, knows everything, definitely knows what you did in the Crucible.
Word of advice, don't challenge her to a Crucible match. There are still scorch marks in places that defy physics from the last Guardian who tried.
She once had a reputation for being calm and collected. Then Cade happened.
Shax runs the Crucible, loud, encouraging, will yell yes when you throw someone off a cliff. It's inspiring.
The helmet stays on, don't ask why, just accept it.
He's basically a motivational speaker with access to heavy ammunition. You'll hear him before you see him. Always.
Banshee 44, the Tower Gunsmith. Sweet guy, memory's a bit scrambled.
The 44 means he's been rebooted 44 times, which is why he might forget your name, your face, or the gun he just handed you 5 minutes ago. But he never forgets how to make something that goes boom.
He once gave Buddy the same sidearm 3 times in one day. Buddy didn't correct him.
Cade used to be the Hunter Vanguard, but we don't talk about that yet.
Moving on.
You'll also meet Drifter. He runs Gambit. Sketchy guy, cool coins, probably planning something that'll get us all killed or rich, maybe both.
Trust him exactly as far as you can throw him, less if possible.
The tower's got vendors for everything. Armor, weapons, ships, sparrows. It's like a mall, but everyone's armed and immortal. What could go wrong?
Hey, buddy, what subclass should I pick first?
Great question. You're gonna start with one of the 3 light subclasses automatically. Most newbies get Arc first. It's electric and zippy. Literally makes you a walking thunderstorm. But don't sweat your starter. You'll unlock them all eventually.
Just try not to electrocute yourself. You'd be surprised how many Guardians do.
Each energy type has a different vibe. Arc is all about speed and chain lightning. Void's about gravity, suppression, and making things go poof into nothing. Solar brings the heat. You'll be throwing flaming knives or hammers or, becoming a literal phoenix.
And then there's the newer stuff. Stasis, which is ice-based darkness power. Perfect for freezing enemies, teammates, yourself in embarrassing positions.
Hey, that was one time in a Nightfall, but yeah, Stasis makes you that guy who accidentally freezes your entire fire team during a boss fight. They'll forgive you. Eventually.
Strand makes you feel like an angry puppeteer with cosmic green string. Also dangerous.
Bottom line, try them all. Each class handles them differently too. A Titan's Soul Hammer feels nothing like a Hunter's Golden Gun, even though they're both solar. It's all about finding what clicks with you.
Or what causes the least friendly fire incidents. Banshee 44's Used Gun Emporium. where every gun comes with 2 questions. How did I get this, and why is it sticky? Come see Banshee today. Just don't ask about the smell.
That sidearm he gave me squeaks when I reload it.
You named it Squeakers. You refuse to use anything else.
It speaks to me. All right. 3 survival rules for every new Guardian. 1. Always reload. Running dry mid-fight is how ghosts get sarcastic. 2. Jump responsibly. Gravity is not your friend. 3. Emote after every win. It sends a message.
That message is, I wasted time dancing while my fire team died.
Worth it. That's it for episode 1. You're now light-wielding, barely trained, and probably on fire at least once already. But hey, you're ready. The universe is big, dangerous, and full of loot. Just how we like it.
Next time, loadouts, fire teams, and what a raid actually is. Spoiler alert, it's not just a kitchen bug spray.
Until then, Guardians, light it up. And if it moves and growls, shoot it twice, for safety.
And for fun.
Welcome back, Kinderguardians, to Light It Up, the only show where we throw Nova bombs at bad advice and golden gun headshots at bad habits. I'm Buddy, your favorite cloak-wearing, emotionally available hunter. And with me, as always, is the ghost with the most.
I'm contractually obligated to be here. Let's just get through this before your ego overcharges your arc capacitor again.
So today we're talking subclasses, your main source of space magic. If your guns are the paintbrush, your subclass is the whole dang canvas.
Each class, Titan, Warlock, and Hunter, gets access to multiple subclasses, powered by either light or darkness. That means you've got a lot of ways to explode stuff stylishly.
You start with Arc Strider as a hunter. Cool. Later, you'll unlock Solar Void and even Strand and Stasis. Each one's got its own super, grenades, melee abilities, and movement tech. Bark, movement speed, lightning punches for those of us who like breakdancing with death.
Solar, healing, burning, explosions, for when you want to be flashy and supportive.
Void suppression, invisibility, and devouring health like a hive worm on cheat day.
Each subclass lets you pick your abilities, different grenades, melee powers, aspects, and fragments. Experiment. Pick what fits your vibe, whether you're a sweaty Crucible gremlin or a chill PvE fire team hero.
Let's get to the good stuff. Supers. These are your game changers, your big finishers, your I've had enough of this button.
Each subclass has a unique super. Warlocks throw flaming swords. Hunters go full anime with arc staffs. Titans become missiles.
Just remember, use your super wisely. Blowing it on a single thrall is funny, but Zavala might not be impressed.
Once you finish the Beyond Light and Lightfall campaigns, you unlock Darkness subclasses, Stasis, and Strand.
Stasis lets you freeze enemies solid and shatter them into cosmic snowflakes. Strand is all about movement and manipulation, threadlings, grapples, and green stringy death. With Strand, hunters swing like space Spider-Men, warlocks get minions, titans become wrecking balls with ropes. It's amazing.
Hey, buddy, I don't know which subclass to stick with. I like all of them. Help?
First of all, great problem to have. Try them all. Running solo? Void's great for survivability. Playing support? Solar's your healing hero. Need burst damage? Arc or Strand is Chef's kiss. Feeling edgy? Go Stasis and freeze your problems.
Or build around your playstyle. Aggressive, Arc, Sneaky, Void, Tactical, Strand, Annoying, Stasis.
Some hot tips before you dive into the subclass buffet. 1. Don't super into a wall. Trust me. 2. Don't pop your solar healing super and then run away from your team. 3. Strand grapples are not a substitute for intelligence.
And don't forget to equip fragments and aspects. Your subclass is modular. Use that customization.
All right, Guardians, next time you're charging your super, remember, it's not just about damage, it's about style. Space magic style.
Next episode, loadouts, weapons, and whatnot to bring into the Crucible.
This has been Light It Up, the Kinderguardian Survival Guide. Keep it flashy, keep it charged, and remember, friends don't let friends Nova bomb air.
The tower is still standing. The people are still dancing. Tower Radio, turn it up.
Darlings, listen up. When the universe is ending for the 5th time, you might as well look fabulous. Tess Everest invites you to Eververse, where style is eternal and shaders are forever out of stock. Glamour, glitter, and gear that sparkles brighter than your ghost's personality. Eververse, because function is boring.
Tower Radio, huh? Well, let's get weird, Guardians.
Broadcasting straight from the last city, this is Tower Radio. Loud, proud, light-powered.
Bright lights, fast rides, and sonic vibes. Neo Muna Nights, they live on Tower Radio.
Need a smidge more sarcasm in your daily life? Well, good news! You can now bring home your very own fail-safe AI companion. She comes with both cheerful and passive-aggressive modes to keep things interesting. She'll helpfully remind you to reload your weapon, monitor your health levels, and of course, question every life choice you've ever made, just like the authentic fail-safe experience. Pick one up today, available exclusively on Nessus. But fair warning, may cause unexpected bouts of existential dread. Want to look edgy without spending all your bright dust? Come on down to Dredgen's Discount Cloaks. We got cowls, hoods, and enough black leather to make a hunter cry tears of cool. Worn by rogues, fashionistas, and drifter types alike. Mention this ad and get a free ghost shell. Welcome back, space cowboys and cosmically confused killers. You're listening to The Cloak and Echo, the show that broadcasts from a questionable console behind Banshee's workshop. I'm Buddy, hunter, cloak model, ghost whisperer, and your guide to the tower's darkest corners. Tonight, we're diving into the void between light and memory with our episode, Dead Ghosts Tell No Tales. Because let's face it, in a world where death is just a temporary inconvenience, what happens to the Guardians who never came back?
I feel obligated to point out this might be morbid territory.
Says the floating resurrection battery who's seen me die how many times this week?
17. The Cabal tank incident counts as 3 separate deaths.
See? Death's just an occupational hazard, unless you're forgotten. So grab your ghost, dim your lights, and settle in. We're about to unravel some spectral threads that the Vanguard archives conveniently misplaced. Word from the tower's low-level channels, Osiris might have accidentally pinged a deep sight node inside a thrall nest. He's fine. Physically, that is. Mentally, though? Still reading like a broken warlock textbook.
That's hardly news. Osiris interfaces with questionable technologies every Tuesday.
Yeah, but this time Saint 14 had to physically drag him out while he was muttering equations. Even Ikora looked concerned, and that woman could watch the sun explode without blinking. And get this! There's a new covert mission on Nessus, completely unlisted. No name, no briefing, no official Vanguard stamp, just a blinking node and a cryptic message. If you remember us, come find us.
Which you immediately investigated without backup or authorization.
Would you expect anything less? The mysterious, the forbidden, the probably gonna kill me? That's basically catnip for hunters. So naturally, I went. Transmatted down to coordinates that weren't even on my nav system. Found an old Golden Age research site, half consumed by Vex architecture. Looked abandoned for centuries.
The ambient light readings were unusual, fluctuating in patterns I've never documented before.
The whole place felt wrong. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and instantly know something bad happened there? Multiply that by 1,000. And what I found inside wasn't friendly, wasn't alive either, but it remembered being both.
Perhaps we should explain what we...
Not yet. First, let me tell you what happens when Guardians go missing.